Hello, it's Nicholas Smith here from a Handcrafted Business. So, do you struggle to get people engaging and taking notice of your social media posts? Do you feel like you're just talking to an empty room and feeling really frustrated and fed up with it? It's a horrible feeling when that happens. So, today I want to share with you the 3-step process with a 4th tip as well about how you can make sure that from now on your social media posts have the impact that you want them to. Are you ready? Okay, so first of all, the very first thing you have to do is you have to get people to stop scrolling. You need an image or a video which has some power behind it that is literally going to pop out of the screen and go, wow, look at me, to your audience. Now, obviously, that's easier said than done, but really you want to make sure that it's bright and it's colourful, or it's bold and it stands out from the crowd. Now, if you can have a person or a face in your image, then that is always going to get more notice than anything else. But otherwise, you need to do everything you possibly can to make sure that actually your image stands out from the crowd. You can't blend in. You can't do something just because somebody else does it that way. You have to find your own style and your own brand and stamp that on everything that you do. And occasionally twist it up and throw it up in the air and do something completely and utterly different to get people noticing you. So you are getting people to stop scrolling. Then the next thing, and this kind of covers your image as well, but it's your image and all your words as well. You have to make sure that your post, that your content that you're putting out does one of these 3 things. If you, at least one, if you can hit 2 in one go, or if you can hit all 3 in one go, then wow, then you are going to fly. So the first one is make your post or content emotive. It means something, not to you, but to the person who's reading it, the person who is stopping and taking notice. If your post is all about you and people can't resonate with it and it doesn't really mean anything to them, they're going to go, yeah, so, and carry on scrolling on by. Your audience, well, we're quite fickle, really. We only really care about what's in it for us. So if you're not making us, me, your viewer, feel something, the chances are they're going to carry on by. Now, that feeling can be sad, it can be happy, it can be joyful, it can be wow, it can be so many. It doesn't matter what the feeling is, but you need to make sure that you're connecting on that level of feelings. Now, the next thing is that you're teaching somebody something, you're educating them. So they are going away with more knowledge than they started with, that you have got their interest. You're going, oh, wow, I didn't know that. Oh, maybe I need to look into that. So you've intrigued them in some way. It's a really another important factor. And you also want to entertain them whenever possible as well. Because let's face it, most people are on social media because they're looking to be entertained. They're filling a 5-minute gap, or they're multitasking while they're doing something else. So the more you entertain them, the more you're going to be remembered. So at the very least, you want one of those 3. So you want to be emotive, you want to educate, or you want to entertain. But if you can hit all 3, wow, then your post, well, that's usually when something goes pretty viral. And then you also want to make sure that you've given a very, very clear instruction about what you want your audience to do next. That could be anything from letting them know that you want them to answer a question and to drop a comment below, that you want them to subscribe. That's a good idea. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, or whatever. Or it could be that you want to go and buy something. It really doesn't matter what that call to action is, but make sure that there's something in there that you're giving them the next steps. They can get more from you, that you are helping them. Because this is marketing, and marketing is all about helping customers make good decisions about products and services that are going to enhance and help them with something, whatever that something is. It varies from depending on what your product and service is, but marketing is helping people. It's all about giving them information, and it's all about helping them take that next step as well. So you can help somebody. If the help is, by the way, here's the link for this, you're helping them. If the help is, drop me a comment below, and if I can answer that question, I will. There you go. drop me a comment below. If I can answer the question, I will. That call to action is absolutely crucial. If you leave people hanging, they're just not going to take any action at all. So make sure you've got that call to action. Okay, so that's it. But the last final tip is make sure you are not eliciting a so what response. Now, actually, you will get a so what response from the people who are not your ideal audience. I'm talking to you today about how to create a social media post. Well, if you're not a small business owner, if you don't care about getting a response to your social media posts, then you're thinking, so what about this video? Of course, it's fine. Those people, this is not for them. But if you're a small business owner and you are struggling with your social media right now, and this is going to help, you won't have the so what response. This is going to help you because you're now going to know that you've really got to pay close attention to your images and your videos. You've got to think about this. You can't just throw the first random thing up. You have to make sure they're emotive, they have some form of education, or they entertain, or all three if you possibly can, and that you need a clear call to action, a logical call to action where you're helping people. So if you're a small business owner, that is genuinely helpful. Hey, that's fantastic. That won't get the so what response. I hope you can see where I'm going there, that you need to relay that for your audience, that your audience, there's certain things that will interest them, there's certain things they want to know about, and that's where your social media content needs to be. If you go down this really random route just because it's relevant for you right now, your audience will go, yeah, and so what? That's what you don't want. So make sure that you do not get the so what response. It's the last thing you want. Okay, so call to action time. Drop me a comment below and let me know which of these tips has helped you most in this video. Do you find it easy to be emotive or to educate or to entertain? Or do you forget all that and just write from the heart and keep your fingers crossed and hope for the best? Let me know. I'd love to know, because actually, if we can get more strategic about this, if we can start to think about what our ideal customers need and how we can click into those emotions, or we can entertain, or we can teach them something, then marketing not only becomes more useful and more profitable for you, but it also is helping your customers more as well, and they're going to remember you and thank you for that. I shall speak to you soon.